on CBS 46 News at 5.
We were asleep, and when the gunshots went off, we woke us up.
Officers are looking for a man who's wanted for shooting and killing his girlfriend, then opening fire at police.
Extremely worried.
The latest on possible toxic air being released into Smyrna.
One Metro Atlanta woman says burglars busted through this screen, then broke into her home, and it led to a SWAT situation. And nobody wants to make repairs to the home.
This is where the robbers made entry to my home.
I'm Adam Murphy, working to get results.
But first at 5, CBS 46 is in storm mode. We are pinpointing storms across Metro Atlanta right now. I'm Sean Gables.
And I'm Brittany Miller. You can actually hear the thunder right now roaring over our newsroom and our studio. And they're really firing up on their radar, as you can see, making for a pretty messy commute. We have you covered, though, with pinpoint weather and traffic, beginning with CBS 46 meteorologist Ella Dorsey. Ella, what's going on?
Well, there is a severe thunderstorm warning. You're looking at it. This is our CBS 46 rooftop cam. The severe thunderstorm is right over Midtown. It's right over downtown. 60-mile-per-hour winds. You can see the wind is blowing the trees around. Usually you can see Midtown in the background. Not anything right now. Guys, this is the driving conditions for downtown. If you can stay off the roadways, highly recommend it. You do not want to be driving in this blinding rain. When we talk about blinding rain, that's exactly what we talk about. Here's a look at the severe thunderstorm warning. It's for the next 30 minutes for Fulton County and DeKalb County. Really, this storm encompasses most of the downtown area, Midtown area, and Morningside. And look at this, widespread hail, dime to maybe even some nickel-sized hail from downtown through Midtown, all the way down through Gresham Park, through Inman Park area. So again, this is highly populated areas, highly traveled areas that you just don't want to be on the roads right now. And you can see how far up in the atmosphere this storm goes. It's up 40,000 feet in the air. When the storm is that high up and the clouds are that high up, it's so cold that you can see the hail form, and that's what we're seeing right now. This storm is not weakening. It's actually maintaining its strength. It's pretty stationary, kind of moving very slowly to the north, so it's eventually going to move into Buckhead, Chamblee area, and maybe even eventually Decatur outside of 285. But right now, you just don't want to be on the roads in this area. That is the only severe thunderstorm we have right now, but there are thunderstorms popping all over the map this afternoon, and that will be the story through the evening. And even after sunset, you need to be prepared. These thunderstorms will continue. The biggest threat will be for heavy rain, but also we are seeing frequent lightning, gusty winds, and small hail in these storms. And although it won't be as active tomorrow, we are going to get another round of storms tomorrow, especially in the afternoon and evening. So you're going to need to take the umbrella and keep it handy over the next 24 hours. I'll have a look ahead to the weekend, and of course, I'll be tracking the storms for the rest of the newscast. First, though, we do have to update you on the messy situation on the roadways with Glenn.
Yeah, and it's starting to look a mess right here on the connector. You can take a look and see for yourself right here. This is at 17th Street, and cars are moving very slowly in this area. We can take a bigger look at this to see what's going on. Starting here at 85, even on 75, you can see that traffic is backing up going down south in this area. They would zoom in right here onto 17th Street. Moving below teens right here. So we're talking about maybe at the top 9 miles per hour. We'll move up just a little bit towards North Avenue. It's the same exact thing happening once we get past Georgia Tech. Even going down on the Grady curve, that's what it's finally going to clear up. Andrew Young, and it's still moving right there pretty slowly in the 20s. We'll take a look at the downtown connector and see going both ways. You're dealing with some issues right there, but southbound is really where it's hurting right now. From the Brookwood split to Langford Parkway, 35 minutes just to get through that. We'll be back in a couple of minutes with another look at your traffic. Going to send it over to Brittany.
All right, Glenn, thank you. Let's get to some breaking news right now. A verdict in the Henry County trial of foster parents accused in the death of a 2-year-old girl.
Everyone still gathering for the announcement of the verdict. Jennifer and Joseph Rosenbaum have just entered the courtroom. They were seen hugging family members who are crying. The couple faces 49 charges. Jennifer Rosenbaum, who is the main person on trial, accused of physically abusing and killing her foster daughter, Layla Daniel. Mrs. Rosenbaum is a former law intern and a candidate for Henry County Commissioner. Her husband, Joseph, is accused of allowing the 2-year-old and the child's sister to stay with his wife, knowing she was abusive toward the children. We're going to keep watching this. This is a live feed from the courtroom. We're going to have that breaking verdict for you as soon as it happens. We're also streaming this on the CBS 46 News app. You can download the app for updates on this and other breaking news stories. There's a developing story we're also following today. The hunt for a man accused of killing his girlfriend and shooting a police officer in DeKalb County.
Police say Otis Walker ambushed them at a home in Lithonia and then took off. CBS 46's Ashley Thompson is live in that neighborhood where officers are now swarming the area. Right, Ashley?
That's right, and that's because Walker is considered armed and dangerous. A friend of his actually told us that he was at this house visiting his mother with his girlfriend when all of this unfolded. Police say just after midnight, 27-year-old Otis Walker shot and killed his girlfriend inside this house. When police arrived, they say Walker ambushed them, opening fire as he hid between 2 houses. Several neighbors heard the gunshots.
He said, did you hear that? Sound like somebody shooting in the background over there.
One gunshot went through Terrence Fielder's window.
We were asleep, and when the gunshots went off, we woke us up.
48-year-old Derek Nunn, a 3-year veteran with the DeKalb County Police Department, was shot several times. He underwent surgery this morning and is expected to survive. Walker is still on the run.
I think he's scared. I think he's real scared, and I think he needs somebody on his side right now.
Tammy Gresham knows Walker, but doesn't know the woman police say he killed.
I don't know anything about her. That's a new girlfriend that he was with, and she was always trying to fight him out in the middle of the street and stuff like that. But he was really a good kid, and I don't understand what drove him to what happened.
While Gresham continues to vouch for Walker's character, we've learned this isn't his first run-in with the law. He's had multiple arrests, with one just last month for battery and family violence at the same house. Now, the GBI is handling the officer-involved shooting investigation while police are handling the homicide. And as you can see on that house here behind me, some of that glass on the door has been shattered, possibly from gunfire. Now, the reward for information leading to the arrest of Walker is up to $10,000. So if you know anything, call DeKalb County Police. Live in Lithonia, Ashley Thompson, CBS 46 News.
Thank you, Ashley. A Dunwoody police officer is in stable condition tonight after a driver he was questioning dragged him on I-285. 2 officers pulled the driver over at the perimeter and Ashford Dunwoody. Police say the driver swerved into another vehicle before the officer fell to the ground. That driver hit 3 other cars before he tried to run away in Sandy Springs. He was, though, then arrested. Now, we first alerted you to this story with the CBS 46 app. To get that app, just text CBS 46 to 23765.
The CBS 46 Bulldog continuing to press for answers tonight in Smyrna as the Sterigenics facility continues to operate there despite residents' concerns over toxic air. Chief Investigator Jonathan Carlson here with what he learned today. Break it down for us.
Yeah, Sean, we got our hands on a court order here showing that just one town in Illinois had to appeal a judge just days ago to halt the company from reopening its plant there. Sources in Willowbrook, Illinois, where the other facility is located, telling me today local leaders here were conferencing with them all day on how to deal with this, from testing to legal standpoints. Now, the Cobb County Medical Sterilization Facility is possibly pumping out toxic gas. Meanwhile, the Smyrna City Council is meeting tonight, but I'm told Sterigenics isn't on the agenda, despite the city being squarely in the middle of a ballooning environmental situation. Finally, Sean, when we stopped by the facility today, I was told that all the bosses had left. The operation is being run out of headquarters in Chicago, so they aren't here for us to question them.
And they also have this other element of having problems in other cities, and they're now teaming up with the folks out there in Smyrna.
Yeah, it's not just here.
Okay, well, we know you're going to stay on top of it. Thank you, Bulldog. And of course, the story far from over. We're going to stay on top of it. Stay with CBS 46 as we investigate and demand answers as well as accountability. We have posted more details on the report on the CBS 46 News app.
Ready or not, it's already time to go back to school. Can you believe it? It's here. Well, we were there this morning as students returned to Fair Oaks Elementary in Cobb County. There are almost 113,000 students in that district. Superintendent Chris Ragsdale visited Clarksdale Elementary. He says he's excited to be able to brag about how the students did on last spring's end of grade tests.
Our milestone results came out, and they're just truly amazing. We're actually, in the metro area, we scored higher than any other metro district in all content areas in all grade levels at high school.
And he also pointed out the district is debt-free. Debt-free, yeah, which is unusual, you know, for a large district like this one.
Small too.
Cobb County is just one of the school districts back in session. Today, students in several counties and cities went back to school, including Henry and Cherokee counties. You can see a map there.
Well, at least they're home now because it is a mess outside.
Yes, it is.
Well, a woman returns from out of town and learns burglars and SWAT teams had damaged the inside of her house while she was gone.
Yeah, and her insurance company won't pay for all that damage. CBS46, of course, working to get results.
$4,522 for a CT scan of your head, $5,300 for a CT scan of your spine.
Wow, a car accident victim goes to Atlanta Medical Center 8 hours. She walks out with whiplash and an $80,000 bill. She better call Harry for help.
It was supposed to be a lemonade stand fundraiser, but it got shut down before it even got started. I'm Ayana Hughes, and I'll tell you what happened coming up.
And you're looking live south at a severe thunderstorm warning right over downtown. I'm going to show you to you on the radar map. This is out until 5:30 for the next 20 minutes. The storm is slowly migrating up to the north, encompassing downtown, midtown, Buckhead, Chamblee, many highly populated, highly traveled areas. It's a mess on the roadways. Take it very easily. I'm looking at the rest of the storms across North Georgia coming up in about 8 minutes.
It's the perfect time to jump into Love Island.
The house is packed.
Love Island, CBS tonight.
Attention campers. This summer's activities include workshops on blind sides.
I never know who's lying to me.
For arts and crafts, we'll be making alliances.
Weird. The Fellowship of the
Zing! And players prepare for some crazy competitions. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. Don't miss a new Big Brother live CBS tonight.
Have you been in a car accident? Listen to what they're saying about Bandstand Law.
David is professionally gifted.
Best of the best.
David's a bulldog.
Excellent experience.
I was amazed at how hard they worked for me.
Best decision I ever made. They went above and beyond. Bad situation that turned out well.
Give him a call. You won't be disappointed.
This is David Van Sant. Be safe out there. But if you have an accident, make the right call. Van Sant Law.
It's the Honda Summer Spectacular event, which means more of this. The kind of elation you can only experience after getting a great deal on a Honda Civic or Civic hatchback. Or an Accord. All come standard with the Honda Sensing suite of safety and driver-assisted features. And as you can see, all will provide you with plenty of joy. Come be a part of it today.
Get a great deal on the Honda Civic and find your happy place at the Honda Summer Spectacular event.
Reading is such a fundamental part of a child's life. We make it a point to read to our kids every single day and want to make sure kids across Metro Atlanta have books of their own to read.
Well, we have really awesome books for you. Go pick any bag you want.
That's why Ken Nugent's attorneys at law are proud to be part of CBS46 Cares Books to Kids.
That is so awesome.
And our commitment is ongoing as we continue to see a difference reading makes in a child's life. Yay, books!
Your stinky sewer is no do-it-yourself project. At the first wink of a stink, call the expert sewer team at Mr. Plumber. When it comes to expert plumbers, nobody is better than Atlanta's Mr. Plumber. Call Mr. Plumber, night or day.
Do you have concerns about mild memory loss related to aging? Prevagen is the #1 pharmacist-recommended memory support brand. You can find it in the vitamin aisle in stores everywhere. Prevagen, healthier brain, better life.
Time and temperature brought to you by United Community Bank, the bank that's service-built.
Let's get back to that breaking news we've been covering for almost an hour now. A verdict in the Henry County trial of foster parents accused in the death of a 2-year-old girl. We're getting more information as the minutes go by, really.
Let's take a live look inside the courtroom. Jennifer and Joseph Rosenbaum are facing 49 charges. They're guilty. They're not found. They haven't been found guilty of anything yet. They're making the announcement. We're waiting for the judge to ask the jury for their verdicts. We do know that the jury has entered the jury box. This is all coming from our reporter Haley Mason, who is inside the courtroom. She says Jennifer Rosenbaum faces 47 counts. Joseph Rosenbaum faces 32 counts. We've just learned that Jennifer Rosenbaum is guilty of felony murder. She was facing also another charge, the top charge of malice murder. The jury says she's not guilty of that. By law, if she would have been confirmed guilty of malice murder, it would have carried a death sentence. But again, Jennifer Rosenbaum, who is facing 47 counts for the death of her 2-year-old foster daughter, Layla Daniel, has been found guilty of felony murder. We're going to continue to monitor the rest of the verdict. I'm not sure if we can listen in right now. Can my producers let me know if we can just listen in? Let's listen in and see what's happening.
Rosenbaum, guilty. Count 22, aggravated assault. We, the jury, find the defendant, Jennifer Michelle Rosenbaum, guilty. We, the jury, find the defendant, Joseph Michael Rosenbaum, guilty. Count 23, cruelty to children in the first degree. We, the jury, find the defendant, Jennifer Michelle Rosenbaum, guilty. We, the jury, find the defendant, Joseph Michael Rosenbaum, guilty. Count 24, aggravated assault. We, the jury, find the defendant, Jennifer Michelle Rosenbaum, guilty. Count 25, cruelty to children in the first degree. We, the jury, find the defendant, Jennifer Michelle Rosenbaum, guilty. Count 26, aggravated assault. We, the jury, find the defendant, Jennifer Michelle Rosenbaum, guilty. We, the jury, find the defendant, Joseph Michael Rosenbaum, guilty. Count 27, cruelty to children in the first degree. We, the jury, find the defendant, Jennifer Michelle Rosenbaum, guilty. We, the jury, find the defendant, Joseph Michael Rosenbaum, guilty. Count 28, aggravated assault. We, the jury, find the defendant, Jennifer Michelle Rosenbaum, guilty. Count 29, cruelty to children in the first degree. We, the jury, find the defendant, Jennifer Michelle Rosenbaum, guilty. Count 30, aggravated assault. We, the jury, find the defendant, Jennifer Michelle Rosenbaum, guilty. We, the jury, find the defendant, Joseph Michael Rosenbaum,
right now
guilty.
On our powerful CBS 46 News app. We do have reporter Haley Mason also in the courtroom. She is live tweeting. You can follow her at Haley Mason. She is reporting now that the jury has found Jennifer Rosenbaum not guilty of malice murder charges, but she is guilty of aggravated assault, aggravated battery. Her husband, Joseph Rosenbaum, is guilty of second-degree murder. We're going to continue to monitor this. We'll have an update coming up after the break. But again, we are streaming this on the powerful CBS 46 News app. You can download the app for updates on this and other breaking stories. CBS 46 also working to get results for a DeKalb County woman. Her home was burglarized and became the scene of a SWAT situation while she was out of town.
Her place was ransacked, and now she's being forced to pay thousands of dollars to make repairs. It's an update to a CBS 46 exclusive from Monday, but only we were there when 3 burglars crawled out of the home after police forced them out with tear gas. CBS 46's Adam Murphy is live right now in Lithonia with the latest on this story.
Brittany, neighbors living next door to this home called police when they saw 3 masked men break into a window, then into the home, all while Mildred Lawrence was out of town. She's the homeowner. Now today, Mildred Lawrence actually brought out a company to assess the damage. We're talking about Georgia Clean. They suited up and went inside the home because there was tear gas in there. They had to wear this protective gear to assess the damage and found out it will cost about $30,000 to make repairs and eliminate the tear gas, which is essentially embedded in the walls and ceilings inside the home. And DeKalb police shot that into the home to get the criminals out. Now, the problem is that Mildred's insurance company, which is Farmers, told her they would only repair damage caused by the burglars and not the SWAT team that is affiliated with the county government. So I contacted Farmers today, and they immediately called Lawrence back and told her she could stay in a hotel. They would allow her to do that until they could get everything worked out.
They're going to work with me. I can stay in the hotel until the issue is resolved. And I'm like, wow.
Now, coming up live at 6 o'clock, I'll go into further detail. I also reached out to DeKalb County officials. I'm going to tell you what they had to say about this and how DeKalb and the insurance company are now working together to try to resolve this situation. Live in DeKalb County and Lithonia, Adam Murphy, CBS 46 News.
Adam, thank you. If you have something you want us to investigate, call the number you see on your screen. That's 404-327-3131, or email the investigators at cbs46.com. We will work to get results.
Now, CBS 46 Pinpoint Weather, certified Atlanta's most accurate forecast.
It is a stormy summer afternoon. The reason for that is a stationary front that's really been slowly making its way into Georgia through the last really 3 or 4 days. But now that it's here, it's tapping into tropical moisture, and it's the focus area where we're seeing widespread thunderstorms. That's really the only way to describe this. The map is lit up right now, and one of the strongest ones is right downtown. Actually, severe thunderstorm warning just for the next 12 minutes inside of 285, encompassing all of downtown, Morningside, Buckhead as well. But you can see this storm is migrating up to the north, so the strongest portion of it is actually outside of the severe thunderstorm box. It's now moving into Chamblee. It's moving along I-85. It will move out of Fulton County and into Gwinnett County very soon. So really commuting out of I-85 from the city right now, you are going to be dealing with blinding rain for 10, 12, maybe even 15 miles. A very good idea. If you can stay off the roadways, definitely do at this time until this storm passes. You don't want to be driving in this mess. Norcross, you're going to begin to see that heavy rain and probably some pretty gusty winds here shortly. And again, this will continue to migrate maybe into Johns Creek area. Rain right now is falling at a rate of 14 inches per hour. 14 inches per hour. So once again, pooling on the sides of the roads is very likely. Moving up to northeast Georgia, Rabun County, the mountains, seeing strong thunderstorms as well, heavy rain. And this is the radar loop over the last 30 minutes. This storm is stationary. So you've seen rain and along Lake Rabun. You're probably going to continue to see that here over the next hour. Looks like just light showers for Bartow County, Cherokee County as well, down into Paulding County. Some spotty, stronger storms now outside of Rome and Floyd County and Gordon County as well. For the most part, guys, this is going to be something that continues through the evening and through the night hours. By 8 p.m., strong storms still likely across the map, and we'll actually see more spark up through the evening and overnight hours in the mountains. If you're going to be in these areas from Rabun County over through Floyd County and over through Ellijay, you can plan on rain lasting overnight and maybe even into the morning hours. Doesn't look too bad for the morning commute, but again, thunderstorms are going to continue through the morning. Tropical moisture continues to migrate in tomorrow, so we're going to tap into that heavy rain once again as this front continues in our area. You can see tomorrow afternoon, widespread on the map, continuing once again through the evening and through the night hours. I think we'll get a little bit less activity than what we are seeing right now, but it's still going to be pretty stormy, so if you can give yourself extra time on the roadways tomorrow as well, that would be a good idea. And for your Friday night plans, guys, sunsets at 8:37, and pretty much that entire time frame through the evening, a good chance that you'll see scattered thunderstorms and some rainy conditions. The one piece of good news here is that tropical moisture moves out by Saturday. So although the front's still in our area, we won't have nearly as much moisture in the atmosphere to work with, so it doesn't look as rainy on Saturday. Going to be a good day to get outside. Temperatures won't be too warm. Sunday, we see those scattered showers return. Looking at the 7-day forecast, mixed bag here. We'll get scattered showers over the next 4 days and then dry weather as we head into August.
We are not getting any dry weather right now, though. This is right here at 17th Street. That rain is still coming down, and it's slowing down traffic in this area. This is headed southbound. This really what's being impacted. Everything going south from 85 to 75 onto the connector, you're going to deal with some issues right now. You see this deep red right here. People are moving really slow. Even zooming in right here at 17th Street, you can see right here people are going below 10 miles per hour. We move up right here just past Georgia Tech at North Avenue. It's the same exact thing. My radar's not working right now, but we'll move past that. And you can see right here, even at Andrew Young, earlier today it was pretty clear, but that rain is moving in this area, slowing down traffic. So you're dealing with really slow times right now, almost 40 minutes just to get to Langford Parkway from Brookwood Split. That's a look at the traffic. We're going to send it back over to the desk.
All right, Glenn. Thank you, Glenn. In a few hours, the Atlanta Falcons are going to help kick off the NFL's 100th season.
Our Emily Gagnon brings us a live preview from Canton, Ohio. That's after the break.
Father. Well, son, we've given a great measure of thought to your problem. Shall we attack it together?
Catch an all-new Cool Bear.
I don't know. I just work here. I know nothing.
Tonight.
When a friend tells you they settled their injury claim for $50,000, you might think that was good. But what if another law firm wouldn't have taken less than $500,000? If someone sold a brand new Mercedes for $10,000, you know they got ripped off. Many people injured in accidents get ripped off every day by the insurance company and their own lawyer. Visit forthepeople.com to see our verdicts against the last offer that was made. Huge differences. There are many firms, but only one. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Can my side be firm?
And my side's super soft.
With the Sleep Number 360 smart bed, you can both adjust your comfort with your Sleep Number setting.
So can it help us fall asleep faster?
Yes, by gently warming your feet.
But can it help keep me asleep?
Absolutely. It intelligently senses your movements and automatically adjusts to keep you both effortlessly comfortable.
Will it help me keep up with him?
Yep.
So you can really promise better sleep?
Not promise, prove. And now save up to $600 on select Sleep Number 360 smart beds. Plus, no interest until January 2022 on all smart beds. Only for a limited time.
I'm not a lawyer, but I'm married to one. I'm Regina Mungie. I see how hard Scott works every day to help families in our community that have been impacted by a tragic accident. He's a loving father and husband, and he cares about Georgia families. I hope you'll never need an attorney, but if you do what I do. Call Scott. He'll be there for you.
Mungie and Associates, The Hammer, 678 Injured, because you want to win.com.
There was a time when we looked at the world as children and saw the joy in every brook, rock, and tree. There was a time when we played hide and seek from our schedules and put daydreaming in our daily routine. There was a time when our lives felt like they were only just beginning. It was a boundless time. It was yesterday at Biltmore. Now through Labor Day, kids experience Biltmore free.
Question. How does AutoNation make sure our price on pre-owned vehicles is a great price? Easy. We do our homework. We start by checking prices on over 600,000 vehicles all over the web. Then we compare those prices to our prices at least 10 times a day. All this to give you a low price guaranteed.
Save now on thousands of one-price vehicles only at AutoNation.
We are less than 3 hours away from the start of preseason football. I mean, the withdrawal is finally over. The Falcons and Broncos kick it off for us in the Hall of Fame game.
Our Emily Gagnon is live from the Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. So, Emily, I know you said we won't see much of Matt Ryan tonight, but we won't see him at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium over the weekend either. What's going on?
That's right, guys. When the team leaves tonight, Matty Ice, he's staying behind. Now, there is a practice at Mercedes-Benz Stadium on Sunday. It's open to the public. He will not be there, but for good reason. The quarterback is staying behind here in Canton, and that's because he's going to celebrate Tony Gonzalez all weekend. They're great friends. They played together for 5 seasons in Atlanta, and they built a friendship that's lasted. Now, I want to take you down memory lane very quickly, guys. Matty Ice connecting with the one and only Tony Gonzalez. His 5 seasons spent in Atlanta were memorable ones. 409 catches for 4,187 yards and 35 touchdowns. He went to 4 straight Pro Bowls from 2010 through 2013. The Falcons made it to postseason play during 3 of his 5 seasons. It's no wonder he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He helped the Falcons win, but he also made his teammates better off the field. Last week, Ryan said he loves his teammates, but Tony was just different.
You know, for my first year playing with him, he would always tell me he was open, and I would go back and watch the film, and he was completely covered. And I was like, what are you talking about, man? You know, like, he was like, no, if you just put it in this one spot, you know, it'll be perfect. And it took me a while to develop that trust to let it rip and to throw it to this spot, but he was right. He was open, and if you could deliver the ball in a spot that he can make a play, you know, he didn't let you down.
Yeah, guys, there really is no other tight end like Tony Gonzalez, at least not that we've seen in football yet. I mean, surely the future is coming, but right now, Tony Gonzalez is probably the best tight end that's ever played the game of football. Guys, I will say that Matt, He said this past week that his current tight end, Austin Hooper, he has some similarities to Tony G, and that's that he can catch the ball extended from his body and his length. He uses it to create separation. So those are compliments to, of course, Hoop, but Hoop's got a long way to go to be in that conversation like Tony Gonzalez. I'll be back at 6, guys. The halftime performance is practicing right now.
Yeah, I was just waiting for you to just break out and give me a little flash dance.
It was great.
We'll see you tonight at 6.
And we'll see you after the break.
Join us for the CBS46 Cares Books to Kids Collection Day.
Stop by one of these drop-off locations Wednesday, August 7th between 10 a.m. and 6:30 p.m. to donate your new or gently used books.
For more information, go to CBS46.com.
Brought to you by these sponsors.
On the next Big Bang Theory, Sheldon burns out on work.
So, Mr. Cooper, you're looking for a job.
A menial job. Like yours.
Next Big Bang.
Tonight at 7 on CBS46. For a limited time, ARS Rescue Rooter will buy back your old inefficient HVAC system when we take up to $1,500 off your new heating and cooling system purchase. Visit arsgeorgia.com.
Call ARS and Rescue Rooter.
You know when you're at Ross and that cute dress gets even cuter? Yes! Or when you can say yes to both? Sure. Or when you find that brand at that price? Are you kidding me? Yeah. That's yes for less. And that's what Ross always has in store. Yes. Oh, yeah. It feels even better when you find it for less at Ross. Yes for less.
Cancer won't wait for appointments to open up, test results to come back, or treatment plans to start. At Cancer Treatment Centers of America, we make time for cancer patients. Time to answer questions, relieve worries, and turn indecision into good decisions. Because cancer won't wait, and we don't think you should either. Call or go online anytime to set up an appointment with our team of cancer experts. Cancer Treatment Centers of America. Appointments available now.
To the outside world, you look good, but you don't feel good. With polycythemia vera, PV, symptoms can change so slowly over time, you might not notice. But new or changing symptoms can mean your PV is changing. Let's change the way we see PV. You track and discuss blood counts with your doctor, but it's just as vital to discuss changing symptoms as well. Take notice and take action. Discuss counts and symptoms with your doctor. Visit takeactionpv.com.
If your air conditioning system suddenly stops or something doesn't seem quite right, call ARS Rescue Rooter. For a limited time, we'll waive our service call fee with any repair. Visit arsgeorgia.com.
Call ARS and Rescue Rooter.
Welcome back. Right now, CBS 46 is in storm mode. This is a live look outside at the stormy skies. It looks like the Braves Stadium. Ella saying that there is hail right now.
Yeah, we're trying to find out. They're going to have a delay for the game. Ella, you've been watching this closely, pinpointing the weather system in your forecast center. Give us the latest.
Yeah, there is that very strong storm that has progressed from downtown, is now moving along I-85. Severe thunderstorm warning until 5:45. This is for DeKalb, Fulton, and Gwinnett County. Guys, this storm, we have multiple reports coming in of dime to quarter-sized hail in this storm in the probably one of the most traveled highways along I-85. You're looking at 285 and I-85 from Chamblee all the way to Norcross. We're picking up on some pretty big hail, quarter-sized hail. Whew, this is the intersection. This is Spaghetti Junction, guys. This is where everyone drives, and that's where the strongest portion of the storm is. It's progressing up to the north at about 15 miles per hour, so that puts it in Norcross area here in the next 9 minutes. Johns Creek just after 6 p.m. So be aware, this is headed for you. If you can stay off the roadways if you live in this area, a really good idea. I know I've been stressing that all afternoon, but when you have heavy rain like this, lightning and hail, it makes for blinding downpours, which does make the traveling on the roadways very dangerous. You can see light rain off to the west. Cobb County is dry as of right now. I do not expect that to be the case through the entire evening. Let's zoom in, show you SunTrust Park. Gates are opening here in the next 15 minutes. You can see no one's in the stadium yet, but a lot of activity outside at SunTrust Park. It doesn't look like it's going to be the best game. It's currently 81 degrees, so that rain-cooled air has made it feel really nice outside, but With scattered storms expected through the entire evening, I do think there will be rain delays tonight. If you are headed to the game, they may get the game in, but scattered showers are likely from 7, 8, 9, 10, even 11 p.m. So bring the poncho with you when you're headed to the stadium, and also pack your patience because it is likely that they're going to see some rain delays. I'll have more on our local forecast coming up, tracking strong storms all over the area. We do have to update you on a very messy commute home this afternoon now with Glenn.
Yeah, we're dealing with pretty messy roadways right now just because of all of this rain that is happening. We're going to focus our area right here in Chamblee, right here. And just Ella was just telling you saw all that hail in that area. You're starting to see a lot of backups happening, going all the way southbound, even going past up towards Gwinnett County in this area. We're going over to Gwinnett County. You'll see a lot of backups in that area. Then we're also seeing still some remnants of backups happening right here on the connector due to the rain that was coming through downtown in this area. And you'll start to see those backups starting to happen up here on 85, even going up to 75 where that rain was coming in at. And it's moving down south in this area. So you're definitely going to see some traffic if you're hitting the roads, if you're going up towards the perimeter, the northeast side of the perimeter and the connector as well. You will see some backups in that area. It's moving really slow, particularly on 85 and both 75. We'll be back in a couple of minutes with another look at traffic. Going to send it back over to the desk.
All right, thank you, Glenn. We are following breaking news at this hour. There has been a verdict in the Henry County trial of foster parents accused in the death of a 2-year-old girl.
That's right. The jury found Jennifer Rosenbaum guilty of felony murder in the death of 2-year-old Layla Daniel. Jurors also found her guilty of child cruelty. The jury convicted her husband, Joseph Rosenbaum, of second-degree murder. Now, we do know that both carry life sentences. CBS 46's Haley Mason was in the courtroom for the verdict and will have a live report coming up. But she has just tweeted that the sentencing will happen now, that the judge has denied a request to sentence at a later date, that it is happening now. So she will also have an update about that at 6 o'clock as well.
More breaking news at this hour, this time in Midtown. People rattled to the core by a man wielding a knife and then storming into homes. It is a tense situation right now in the Amsterdam area behind Piedmont Park. CBS 46's Jamie Kennedy joins us with details.
Shocked and violated are the words used by the wife whose husband was kidnapped at knife point. He was then made to get into his car by the kidnapper and then forced to drive around Atlanta. At one point picking up a passenger, a female in her 60s described by the wife, and also who then another passenger, a younger female who they described as a prostitute as well. The older female at one point getting out of the car for unknown reasons, and the kidnapper at one point giving keys to the driver of his neighbours because he had burgled several houses before stopping at this house here on Elkmont Street. So the very bizarre circumstances. Police are still searching for the man. They are actively looking for him and ask for anyone's help in finding him. In Atlanta, Jamie Kennedy, CBS 46 News.
Jamie, thank you. You can download the powerful CBS 46 News app for updates on this and other breaking stories.
Now to Campaign 2020 and the fallout from the second round of Democratic presidential debates. The nearly 24 candidates faced off in Detroit last night. Former Vice President Joe Biden was the focus of attention during the second night of debates. And as CBS News correspondent Laura Podesta tells us, the frontrunner faced attacks from nearly every candidate on stage.
Former Vice President Joe Biden campaigned at a Detroit restaurant Thursday morning, just hours after serving as the target for a field of presidential hopefuls.
But I'm looking forward to getting to a place where we can actually exchange ideas.
The frontrunner was criticized for being too tough on crime while in the Senate.
Since the 1970s, every major crime bill, major and minor, has had his name on it. And sir, those are your words, not mine.
And he defended deportations during the Obama administration.
If you cross the border illegally, you should be able to be sent back. It's a crime.
It looks like one of us has learned the lessons of the past and one of us hasn't.
Biden attacked a Medicare for All plan supported by Senators Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, and Kamala Harris.
The reality is that our plan will bring health care to all Americans under a Medicare for All system.
If you notice, there's no talk about the fact that the plan in 10 years will cost $3 trillion. You will lose your employer-based insurance.
There are still 6 months to go before the first votes are cast during the Iowa caucuses. But Democratic voters say they're already paying close attention to how candidates are handling themselves.
There's a line between a healthy debate and doing the opposition's work for them.
Biden's the one that I've been looking at, and I wanted to see a strong performance, because if he can't handle a debate between Democrats, how is he going to perform when Trump comes at him?
President Trump, who was also watching and tweeted during the debate, will have his chance to respond tonight during a campaign rally in Cincinnati. Laura Podesta, CBS News, Detroit.
Be sure to download the CBS 46 app for campaign 2020 updates, and they will be sent right to your phone.
Well, you can crawl and you can cover your face with your shirt.
Yeah, but you know what? It didn't stop this guy from being caught on camera, and now police want to catch him.
You try hard. You eat right, mostly. You make time when you can. But sometimes life gets in the way, and that stubborn fat just won't go away. Cool Sculpting takes you further. A non-surgical treatment that targets, freezes, and eliminates treated fat cells. For good. Discuss Cool Sculpting with your doctor. Some common side effects include temporary numbness, discomfort, and swelling. Don't imagine results. See them. Cool Sculpting. Take yourself further.
With ZocDoc, you can search for doctors in your area that take your insurance, compare doctors based on verified reviews, and instantly book, even if you need a same-day appointment.
Booked.
Find and book doctors today. Download the free ZocDoc app now.
Champion's best sale of the year is back. Right now, get our Comfort 365 windows direct from our factory to your home for 50% off. Superior quality windows, 50% off. Professional installation, 50% off. Your whole project, 50% off. With millions installed since 1953 and recommended by more than 9 out of 10 customers, Champion is the right choice for your home. Hurry, get windows guaranteed for life at 50% off. Visit us online or call 888-931-CHAMPION today.
Make tomorrow awesome with Xfinity. Call 1-800-800-0335 today and do what you love online with Xfinity Internet for only $30 a month for 12 months. Xfinity delivers the internet speed you need to surf, stream, and download. Plus, with Norton Security Online, your family will get advanced online protection, and it's included at no additional cost. Call 1-800-800-0335 today and get speed, security, and value from Xfinity for an amazing price. Xfinity delivers reliably fast internet speed and the best in-home Wi-Fi experience. Get started with Xfinity Internet for just $30 a month for 12 months. It's all backed by our 30-day money-back guarantee, so it's risk-free. Experience speed at a great low price from Xfinity. Call 1-800-800-0335. That's 1-800-800-0335. Xfinity, the future of awesome.
When things get ugly, call the We Buy Ugly Houses people. We can give you a cash offer, not some phony online offer without even seeing your house. Go to WeBuyUglyHouses.com or call 800-44-BUYER.
This program is brought to you in HD by BrandSmart USA.
A CBS 46 exclusive right now. Atlanta police looking for a crawling criminal. Kind of weird here, but caught in the act.
Yeah, he's accused of stealing loads of cash from a restaurant safe. We were the only ones to get this pretty strange video.
This may be the most bizarre burglary you've ever seen. Keep your eyes on the left side of your screen. The door opens. A man in a hooded sweatshirt pops his head out and then disappears. The next time you see him, he's on the floor. Yes, this soon-to-be criminal is crawling. He vanishes again, and this time he comes back holding a shirt over his face, hiding from the surveillance camera. Then he's caught in the act. The shirt comes down and you see a clear shot of him, up close and personal.
Came into our office where our safe is and were able to take all of the cash that we had on hand.
Police say he stole 4 bags of cash from a safe at Bazzotti Restaurant. Manager Megan Carty says at least $3,000 was taken.
It was very scary. It was uncomfortable to watch, especially in the office where myself and other managers and owners are in every day.
She says the burglar was in the office for less than 2 minutes, but managed to grab the money in the dark.
Definitely a fear factor for staff. We've had to take a lot of precautions to ensure our staff feel safe and protected at work.
Now, that was Brittany
Miller reporting.
We're going to also have that posted on our CBS46.com website. Meanwhile, first, she was injured in an accident.
Then she was stung by an $80,000 hospital bill. Better Call Harry says it should be a lesson to us all.
$0 upfront bankruptcy. Debt Stopper stops your debt.
To find the truth, you ask the right questions.
Does Boeing have a credibility and transparency problem?
The CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell.
Tell you what, here's a 20. Next 10 guys are on me. So where are you from?
Nigeria.
Wow. That's a heck of a commute, huh?
Bob Hart's Abishola, CBS this fall.
Ever look at your paycheck and think, there's gotta be a better way? Well, here's some news. There is, and I can show it to you. I'm Fan Merrill, star of A&E's hit TV show, Flip This House. I taught thousands of people how to start making money in real estate. Now it's your turn. Next week, we're conducting a free 2-hour educational workshop in the Atlanta area where you'll learn my secrets, like how to start flipping homes for profit in your spare time using other people's money and how to put money in your pocket every month by investing in income properties. Real estate is a powerful tool that has made millions of people wealthy. But you can't make your first dollar until you take your first step. Come to my free workshop and take advantage of this amazing opportunity. It could mean a lifetime of financial security.
To get 2 free tickets to Than's workshop, text your 5-digit zip code to 67,000. Seating is extremely limited, so text your 5-digit zip code to 67,000. Text in the next 10 minutes, and you'll also reserve a free copy of Than's Money for Deals Guide. Just text your zip code to 67,000.
Out of all the things I'm proud of, our phenomenal client reviews is at the top of the list. Hundreds of 5-star reviews on Google. We call these client reviews trustimonials. At Morgan & Morgan, we also have a full-time client success team. As a client, you can reach our team at any time with a trustimony or with any question or concern you have, and you can be sure that our team is on it right away. There's only one Morgan & Morgan for the people.
You got ripped.
Thanks.
Off. You got ripped off. Whoever sold you those glasses charged you too much. Yeah, I'd be red-faced too. Next time, go to America's Best, where 2 pairs and a free exam are just $69.95.
That's a good deal.
You'll save on contacts too. So, you gonna bench now?
You gonna move?
Dude, I'm like 5 pounds. Muscle through. It's not just a better deal, it's America's Best. Never overpay, even with insurance. Get more with your vision insurance dollars at America's Best.
CBS 46 is in storm mode. We've been tracking severe storms that are moving through metro Atlanta. We're also tracking reports of storm damage. We are hearing from East Point Fire Department that lightning has struck a building and a fire is now out. That is off of the 3500 block of Red Wine Road. Also, the Haralson County Fire Chief says 4 or 5 trees are down, but they are being cleaned up because of this quick and fast-moving storm. Our Ella Dorsey is watching that, tracking the storm. She's going to have an update for us in just a few minutes.
Better Call Harry is getting results. $1,200 for 4 ibuprofen. That is outrageous. Well, that's how much Atlanta Medical Center charged a car accident victim who went to the ER.
And by the time she left the hospital, her bill was a whopping $80,000. So how can you keep this from happening to you? That's tonight's Better Call Harry.
I can still see my car sitting there. Wow.
Tony Murray's one and only car accident was right here at the intersection of La Vista Road and Lawrenceville Highway.
So she hit me so hard that the engine dropped out of my car and my car just stopped.
Paramedics rushed Tony to Atlanta Medical Center, where staffers listed the incident as an auto accident. Let the billing begin. First, a $22,200 base charge for Trauma 1. Next,
$4,522 for a CT scan of your head, $5,300 for a CT scan of your spine, $4,900 for a scan of your thoracic spine without contrast material.
When Tony complained about a dull ache in her leg, time for some MRIs.
$8,197 for an MRI of your brain. You remember that one?
I do.
It's like somebody went to the fanciest restaurant in town and ordered everything. For dessert, 4 ibuprofen. How much were those ibuprofen?
Over $1,200.
8 hours after admission, Tony says she had enough. When the doctor gave the green light, she walked out. Her grand total, $80,067.31.
I've been practicing for 32 years. I've never seen anything as egregious as this.
Steve Reef is Tony's personal injury attorney. He's been trying to negotiate Tony's bill with Atlanta Medical Center for more than a year.
And I've called Atlanta Medical Center over 20 times in the last 12 months, and they haven't given me any answers.
Reef is working on a settlement with the other driver's insurance company, but what if the payout isn't enough?
Yes, it's ridiculous. How much do 4 ibuprofen cost?
Cindy Gatton has made a career out of negotiating hospital bills. She's a private patient advocate who says when the hospitals check off that auto accident box, it's like opening a cash register.
And as soon as you check yes in that box, it sets off a whole different cascade of ways in which a hospital is going to bill and try to collect.
It all comes down to this. Auto insurance companies do not get reduced rates like the health insurance companies do. That explains why the hospital can charge $1,200 for the pills.
I'm being traumatized all over again.
Tony's attorney says he's trying to negotiate that bill down to $8,000. So how did Atlanta Medical Center respond? Here are the highlights. Wellstar acknowledges that the time it has taken to resolve this isolated matter is not typical. The statement goes on to say that it talked to the patient's attorney and requested additional information. We are still waiting for this information. So we talked to the attorney this morning who says he's given the hospital absolutely everything that they have requested. In addition to that, he talked about the hospital's CEO, Kim Ryan. That's who he was originally dealing with. And we learned this morning that Kim Ryan is no longer the CEO. She was reassigned as a vice president this past June. And it's funny because on her LinkedIn profile yesterday, she was the CEO. We haven't seen anything about this. And today everything's been updated and she's now a vice president.
So you got results and got her demoted.
No, we have
have
no idea that. No, she was reassigned back in June, but they wanted us to get that information out there today.
Okay.
But they're in transition.
Well, let me ask you this before you go. Why didn't they explain how they came up with those charges?
Well, it's interesting. One of the things that they talk about in the statement that we've put online is that in charity work, Wellstar has given away over $680 million.
But what does that have to do with the 4 ibuprofen being charged $1,200?
They may be implying that they have to offset the cost of all those other expenses that
They're charity.
Well, yeah, I guess so. But one thing I do want to point out before we go is I want everybody to go online because we've got a bunch of tips on how to avoid this from happening to you. We've got a great interview with our patient advocate. You've got to see it, okay?
You know, and something else that we discussed off camera, but I think it's of value for the viewers tonight, is that you mentioned that you can always negotiate the bill. No matter what you get from the hospital, attempt to negotiate a lower bill.
Tell them you don't have it, and you can always go on a payment plan. All right, that's it.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, Harry.
Thank you, Harry. Well, you are here, of course, to get results. If you need him, call him, email him at bettercallharry@CBS46.com.
Now, CBS 46 Pinpoint Weather, certified Atlanta's most accurate forecast.
Take a live look. You can now see a little reflection of Stone Mountain. You see that? It is still raining, but off to the north of Stone Mountain, man, it is still dark. The sky is threatening. And all severe thunderstorm warnings for the city have now expired. But this storm system, although it is finally collapsing, is still packing a punch for all of Gwinnett County along I-85. It is just rough out there. The rain is falling very heavily. We're still seeing small hail and 105 lightning strikes from the time you cross 285 to the time that you get to 985. Yeah, that's a lot of lightning in the areas of Norcross, Jimmy Carter Boulevard, Spaghetti Junction. well-traveled areas. If you live in the area, stay off the roads. This shower should end in the next hour or so if you can avoid driving. There is a severe thunderstorm warning up in Gordon County as well as eastern Floyd County. This is until 6:15. Also very southern edges of Chattooga County. This thunderstorm was dropping about quarter-sized hail. It does look like most of those pinks have now faded to reds, so most of that hail is probably now out of the storm, but still the Resaca area along I-75 in Bartow County and in Gordon County is looking very, very rainy right now. And a pretty good cell popping up in Whitfield County just off to the west of Ellijay. Probably some small hail in that cell as well. I could go on for hours. They're all over the map, guys. Heavy rain, strong winds, and small hail, as well as frequent cloud-to-ground lightning. So almost all of the threats are embedded in these storms, really traveling all the way up into the foothills. Habersham County and Rabun County as well, seeing very heavy rain. And this is going to be something that continues through the evening. You can see the radar loop over the last hour. These showers aren't really moving. They're very stationary. So when they move over your area, they're going to sit for 30 minutes to an hour and drop a lot of rain, and they are going to continue into the overnight hours, especially for the mountains. It's all due to a stationary front that's been slowly creeping its way into our area. It is going to finally move into the state tomorrow, so we'll continue to see thunderstorms overnight and even through the day tomorrow. It does look dry through the first half of the day, but by tomorrow afternoon, very similar to what we saw today, we'll begin to see those thunderstorms pop up. They'll continue through the evening and even through the night hours, same threats as today. So overall, it looks like a carbon copy of today. However, you're not going to see the sunshine that you saw today. It'll be pretty cloudy through the day. We'll get a few isolated showers in the morning and then those scattered to widespread thunderstorms in the afternoon. Good news is it doesn't look like the tropical moisture, that was in place tomorrow and in place today will be in place on Saturday. So that will bring us a much smaller chance for strong storms. However, over the next 2 or 3 days, we could get up to 2 inches of rain, but we desperately need it. Here's a look at the 7-day forecast. Looks pretty stormy through the end of the weekend, and then sunshine and 90s return. Glenn.
Well, it's a sigh of relief for drivers on 85 heading northbound and southbound in this area. This is right at Jimmy Carter. The sun is starting to peek out over these clouds just a little bit, but you're still seeing some traffic jams in there. Just earlier, maybe 10 minutes ago, you saw hail about a quarter size. That's pretty big on the roads there. We actually saw it on our cameras. You can take a look and see what traffic is doing right in this area, as well as on a connector. It is still impacted due to those storms. Of course, we'll be back in a couple of minutes with another look at traffic. I'm going to send it right back over to the desk.
All right, thank you, Glenn. Tonight on CBS 46 News at 9 on Peachtree TV, concerns about cancer causing chemicals in the air in Cobb County. Now, another community on the other side of the metro having the exact same problem. We are investigating. That's tonight on Peachtree TV. You can watch it Blackish at 8. Then join Thomas and myself for CBS 46 News at 9.
Children set up a lemonade stand to pay for school supplies for others.
And a code enforcement officer shut it down. You had better believe the kids. They have something to say about it. We'll have their response after the break.
While there's no cure for autism, early diagnosis is crucial to determine the best therapy and treatment for your child. Find out more. CBS Cares.
CBS 46 Cares.
This is the last weekend to take advantage of the Rooms to Go summer sale and clearance. Get significant once-a-season savings on furniture for every room, including summer sale reductions on our incomparable room packages. Save big on tons of special clearance buys. Quantities are limited. When they're gone, they're gone. Plus, get interest-free financing. So hurry to the Rooms to Go summer sale and clearance before it ends at 9 p.m. Monday. Save now while there's still time.
At Cool-Ray, we promise we won't let you down.
We get it done right for you, all of us.
Your trust means everything.
It's about you.
We won't let you down.
Your happiness is my #1 priority. Atlanta's best.
You might take something for your heart, your joints, or your digestion. So why wouldn't you take something for the most important part of you, your brain? With an ingredient originally discovered in jellyfish, Prevagen has been shown in clinical trials to improve short-term memory. Prevagen, healthier brain, better life.
ready for a bra that actually fits? Third Love bras have memory foam cups, no-slip straps, and even half-cup sizes, so you're guaranteed to find a perfect fit. Go to thirdlove.com today to find your perfect fit.
A mayor defends children and their business after cops shut it down.
Of all things, police closed a lemonade stand, raising money for school. Imagine that. Now the family is taking a stand of their own. CBS 46's Ayani Hughes is in Sandy Springs. Shame on them, Ayani. They were trying to do a good thing.
That is the response most people have had, Sean. All the Clay family wanted to do was stuff backpacks just like these for kids in time for back to school. But when their lemonade stand was shut down, literally all they had to do was overcome the setback. It was the hardest thing for them to do, but they managed to do it. It started as a friendly lemonade stand. The goal?
We heard about a charity that was collecting for back to school supplies, and so we had the idea that we would do the lemonade stand and collect for that charity.
But shortly after setting up, the Clay kids were approached by what they thought was their first lemonade customer.
A code enforcement officer came by right as we were setting up our stand and told us that we couldn't do the lemonade stand and that it was against Sandy Springs law. And so we were really disappointed, and we thought, well, we're not going to get to raise any money.
So Jenny took to Facebook, and to their surprise, community help came pouring in.
People sent in donations, and so we ended up raising $130, which is more than we probably would have made at a lemonade stand.
The next day, Sandy Springs officials visited the home, apologized to the family, and even donated $20 to the cause as well.
It brings me joy that we can help other kids that don't have any money to get all this nice school supplies.
And guys, with that $130, they were able to get enough school supplies for at least 3 children. And the Sandy Springs mayor made a statement saying you are, in fact, allowed to sell lemonade in Sandy Springs. For now, we are live in Sandy Springs. Ayani Hughes, CBS 46 News.